or is it okay
I don't
for
think so.
Sporting to be off the line to start with?
The keepers are warming up all over the line. Some of them line up behind us, some of them on up, side to side. They can move around. I mean,
I see what you're saying. Like, even if he's on the line, Salazar can look away. He can take a step forward and be offline, not jump off not come off the line before the kick is actually taken, but even before the penalty taker moves towards the ball, he could be off the line, and it's still a foul.
Sporting was a good 6 inches in front of it the entire time.
Look, overall, it was not the greatest game. I'm very disappointed that it took this long to complete. It is very, very late. I'm very, very tired. It has been a long night. But look, I mean, in the end, there was drama. You can't ask for more than that. And it was, I don't know that you could say there was a deserving winner here, but I'm not going to, you can't be harsh on Sporting Kansas City, said they don't deserve to be Elba Cup champions. We will take a couple calls if people want to get in. 201-430-2378 is the phone number. We're not going to be on the air that long because, like, as I mentioned, it's late. But we will take some phone calls if people want to get in. Have thoughts on the game. You know, I thought that the penalty, we go back to the penalty that Kai Kamara scored, it was harsh to begin with. The handball was harsh.
It's harsh because there's no good replay to show what actually happened.
Okay, yes, but I also think it was incidental. It didn't seem to me that the ball was the path of the ball was changed to the point of changing the outcome of that play. If he doesn't, if it hits off his chest versus his arm, which again, the replays you can't really tell. Was his arm out? Was there an elbow? What was going on there? Don't know. Doesn't matter. Regardless, Salazar blew the whistle. Kai Kamara converts, and then right down to the other end. And this is what good teams do. They respond. And Zach Scott gets the goal on the other end on a set piece.
Here's the Kai Kamara giveth, Kai Kamara taketh away, because rather than play the man on the set piece, he tries to anticipate where the ball is going to be, way under jumps the flight of the ball, and his guy is the guy that scores. If he had stuck with his man, he probably could have put him off the ball.
Area code 972 is on the air. Who's this?
Hey guys, thanks for answering the call. I wanted to point out the Zusi and Panenka miss. If you're going to do the Panenka, you should probably make that.
Well, right, yeah. I think that's going to be a major talking point is the Panenka.
I feel like it's as if you're in a karate tournament and you try to pull the crane move from the Karate Kid and then you don't pull it off.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you better
then
know.
You just become a blooper reel.
You better know that that's going to work. Look, I think people are going to be talking about the penalties. The night of soccer, it was a fine showcase for this final. And I know I take it a little bigger and broader and big picture here. Not sure it was the best place for the game to be on television. And that was constantly griped about and all of those things. But in terms of the game, it was a final in the sense that nobody really seemed to want to grab it. Everybody was playing a little tight. Everybody was playing, the ball was going back and forth, end to end, Jared. It just, nobody was able to put anything together that looked like a cogent attack to say, all right, well, we're actually going to take this game. We're going to go win this cup. It came down to
choppy. It was extremely choppy. But I think if Sporting Kansas City is being honest, I'm saying that's probably the way they wanted to play the game. I think that's to their benefit to make it choppy. I think that's what they were trying to do the entire time.
The other penalty that probably will be lost in this because of Eddie Johnson, because of the Panenka from Zusi, is Roger Espinoza, who had the first bad penalty. And
listen,
disaster.
After the week he's had, I can forgive him not having it together for a penalty. I mean, the guy has had a crazy, crazy week. How tired is Roger Espinoza at that point?
I know. He goes to England and plays in the Olympics and bosses everything there and drums up all of this attention and maybe Kansas City will be selling him shortly. We'll have to see. Flies back to Kansas City, plays in a game after playing on Saturday, putting in that epic performance against Brazil, comes back, plays in this game, supposedly had an injury. It didn't seem to affect him tonight, was pretty much himself for most of the night. I mean, you could
everywhere.
Spinoza and say he was less than 100%. And then the penalty, which is just I said it was the first mistake he's made in a week, and I stand by that. I mean, he got red carded in the game against Brazil, but two chippy yellow cards. It's Roger Espinoza come with the territory, but otherwise a good night for him. I don't know that there was anybody else that stood out. I mean, Kansas City finally makes the change and puts in CJ Sapong. He looked better than Bunbury, but he's still
instantly gave something more than. I mean, he was a much more physical force up front. Was able to hold the ball. He caused problems for Seattle the entire time he was in there. I mean, eventually there's a red card to Iani, but that wasn't going to play any role when it happens that late.
No. 2 minutes left. The red card to Iani. He comes off. didn't change anything, and obviously we didn't get a goal in extra time, and have to go to the penalties. Yeah, I guess this was the first penalty kick shootout in an Open Cup final since like '97, or I may have that.
Yeah, FC Dallas. Well, back then, I guess Dallas burned back then.
Yeah, Dallas Burn beat DC United in 1997. Seattle, despite losing on penalties, it counts as a draw because of extra time and everything else. 22 games unbeaten in the U.S. Open Cup. So that's a record that.
So now that Kansas City has a piece of hardware for their season, does it make will they be more enticed to maybe sell Roger Espinoza now if the right offer comes in?
Somebody posed that question to me because I wrote a piece about Roger Espinoza and whether or not Kansas City would be inclined to sell him. Somebody posed that question to me pregame. If they win, does that mean Kansas City is more likely to sell him? I don't know, because honestly, it comes down to how valued the Open Cup is in Kansas City. I don't know it was just about winning a trophy and paint the wall and everything else, and they've got that now. But I don't think that this is going to feel like, they're still going to want to go get the MLS Cup. It's still out there to have. It's still, the carrot is still there. It's not like, okay, here's our trophy, our season is a success, we can all pack it in. They're still in the, they're obviously still in the playoff hunt. We expect them to make the playoffs. They're a good enough team to make a run if things come together. I think they would want to hold on to him for that reason. But then again, I don't think, what I'm saying is, I don't think the U.S. Open Cup will ultimately determine whether or not they sell him. It will be
and here's the other part to that, Jason. Now, Kansas City's going to have the opportunity to play in the CONCACAF Champions League next year. How serious do they want to take it? If they're serious about it, they're going to find a way to hold on to Roger Espinoza.
Well, I mean, ultimately, you can replace Roger Espinoza. The question is, what do they get offered for him? And does that outweigh, because that's 2/3 of the transfer fee, blah blah blah, that will give them a lot more room to do some things with the salary cap. So they may be able to replace him, find another player, upgrade. Roger Espinoza could be a 1-for-2 situation essentially, and in that case, it's probably better to sell him, because even if you take a slight step back as a team in 2012 and maybe hurt your MLS Cup chances, and that's still going to be a tough nut to crack anyway, whether they have him or not, you have more freedom to go forward into next year. And this is a team that we know looks long term. I mean, they're working on a long term plan. They want to win now, but they definitely have a plan. And Peter Vermees and Rob Heineman and that whole staff, they've done an excellent job of turning this into a marquee. Could you imagine? I mean, they get their trophy now, and this is the first one since 2004. Could you have imagined when they were the Kansas City Wizards, when they were getting ready to go through this brand transition, could you have imagined Kansas City being a marquee team in MLS? Did that ever cross your mind?
No. When I'm looking at rainbows on jerseys and stuff, I don't see anything like that, But
playing in a minor league baseball stadium, I mean, that's how far they've come.
Okay, but the way this game went, if you're Don Garber, do you want Kansas City to make the MLS Cup final? As choppy and as unbeautiful as this game ended up being, do you want this team in the final?
I think
you can sell the crowd, you can sell the environment. That's good. Both are good if they end up hosting it. Yeah. But I don't know if you can sell that type of play to a national audience.
No, probably not. If they come out and they play like they did tonight, and this is their style and this is what they want to do, and they can attack, but they are a very they're kind of they're kind of an illusion. They seem like they attack because they go, but really what they're doing is putting pressure in order to play defense first. And they aren't a sell on a national level, and I think that ultimately Don Garber, and I won't imply that he's manipulating anything, but I think ultimately Don Garber wants his big markets in the MLS Cup final. He wants LA, he wants New York. But I don't think it would be the worst case scenario. This is a brand new stadium with a vibrant fan base. It's something you can sell on TV. I think he'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good host. It'd be a good host site without a doubt. I think you get a great crowd and great environment. And it's just, I'm just worried about what that means in terms of how many people it'll draw in, how many people will convert to MLS.
We'll have to see if they can make that run, because as we've seen with Seattle in the recent past, the last 3 years when they won the Open Cup, it didn't translate into anything in the MLS Cup playoffs. So now it's on Sporting to break that trend. Seattle doesn't get their fourth in a row. Sporting gets their first trophy in a very long time. I think it was a fine. I mean, it wasn't the best soccer in the world, but
not up any stretch.
For a final, that stage, that setting, I think it was fine. Congratulations to Sporting Kansas City. I think that's going to do it. I got to go to bed. So what's the final word, Jared? You got anything else left?
I have to work at 2 in the morning. I got no words left.
All right, everybody. We will talk to you. We will talk to you on the weekend. Actually, why don't I go ahead and lay this out, Jared? Because we did make a promise during our campaign. We made a promise that if we met our goal by the second day, we would do a week of shows. And we did that. We made the goal. You guys helped us out with that. And we're going to follow through on our promise. So next week, starting on a Monday, we're going to do a show every day through Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Leading up and through the USA-Mexico game.
Mexico game. And obviously Wednesday, because of the USA-Mexico game, will be one of our live editions just like tonight. But we will release a show every day. So we'll release a show on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we'll be doing a live show on Wednesday night. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for us. Again, I'm so low on energy at this point. I feel like I'm going to trail off and never come back. All right, we'll talk to you on the weekend, or we'll talk to you on Monday. Bye.
Your best.
Only the best will do. Only the best will do. Only the best will do
YouTube.com/Best Soccer Show, Facebook.com/Best Soccer Show, Twitter.com/Best Soccer Show. Bye.